you're the one that you've been looking for. And I'm just here to remind you of that. I've created this channel to learn things and then to share them with you.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Keith, your man of letters, here to bring you guys knowledge, information, and a bit of entertainment. This is a follow-up to Dr. Sebi's video. Unfortunately, this video is not going to give you guys a ton of answers, but it is going to give you a ton of questions, which a lot of the times are a lot better than answers. Alright, so here's what I've been doing some digging. As you guys know, Dr. Sebi is all about alkalizing your body, and he also hates on all domesticated plants. The majority of domesticated plants, including some undomesticated plants like echinacea and shit. But that being said, I decided to do some digging of my own. Right, because one of the plants he hated on was spinach, which I thought interesting. He hates on broccoli and cauliflower, which I thought also interesting, because these things they preach are really good plants to eat, especially for alkalizing the body, because as you know, or maybe not know, but the chlorophyll, the green that you see in plants, is alkaline. So you would assume that eating green things would, alkalize your body. But check this out. So I went online. I did some digging. I'm trying to find out pHs of foods. So this information I'm reading is not from Dr. Sebi. It's from from a bunch of different sources online. They all say the same thing. Three of them say the same thing. It's the pH value of plants. So every single one of these plants I'm reading on the list is acidic, meaning below 7 on the pH scale. So below 7 is acidic, 7, which is water, is neutral, above 7 is alkaline. Everything I'm reading on this list is acid. This is going to take a while. Sit down, take your shoes off, get comfy, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this shit, because we got a lot of shit to go over. Abalone, aloe vera, apples, apricots canned or the nectar, artichokes, asparagus, avocados, bananas, bass, sea-boiled beans, beers, beets canned, blackberries, pretty much all berries, butter, buttermilk, cabbage, cactus, which is interesting because that comes in at 4.7. But as you guys know, cactus is one of the heavy hitters as far as alkalizing the body. Cherries, chili sauce, cider, coconut milk, cod liver, corn, crab meat. I'm not going to finish this list, but there's a bunch of stuff. All the squashes, of course, strawberries, tomatoes, tuna. It's not on here. Cucumbers, which are my favorite. And they're not on here. Hell yeah. It goes alphabetical order, and these are common household foods. So I guess we're chilling with the cucumbers. Anywho. So I did some more digging, right? Because as we know, lemons supposedly are alkaline when they go into your body, but are crazy acidic. They're like a 2.5 on the pH scale. 7 is water, lime's 2.5. Don't quote me, look it up. But it's something like 10,000 times more acidic than water. 10,000 times more acidic than water. This is how they figure out. And it's not even a proven fact. It's a hypothesis. Hypotheses are just basically unproven ideas. So what they do is they take plant ash. So they burn the plant, and then the mineral ash is left over. So they take the mineral ash, and then they test the alkalinity of it. Is it acid? Is it basic? Alkaline. And then they say, okay, well, since your body breaks it down, this is what it becomes in the body. So they burn down lemons. I don't know how. Maybe the lemon peel, I'm guessing. I'm not sure. And then the ash left over is alkaline. So they say, okay, it turns to alkaline or basic in your blood, in your body. Which I find ridiculous, because I feel like there's a little bit of a difference between your body digesting something in the stomach and you lighting some shit on fire. That at all does not seem like the same process. So how can you say that's how you're going to measure whether or not something is alkaline in the body? But I'm not a fucking scientist nor a chemist. I'm just a relayer of information. Man of letters, what up? Subscribe to the channel. Anywho, scientists also agreed with this. I was doing some more digging and some more research, and what they're saying is, alright, that test, in not so many words, sucks. So we can't use that. So they changed the test to basically measure what nutrients are in a food and determining whether or not those nutrients are themselves alkaline or acidic. Like, for example, sulfur, potassium, and proteins, right? Those are all acidic. That's why they say to chill on the super heavy loaded protein diets for athletes and for bodybuilders, is because protein is super acidic. But this isn't a fucking nutritional video. Again, this is just supposed to stimulate more questions. I don't have too many answers for you guys in this video, unfortunately. Carrying on, they take minerals and they see which ones are basic, which ones are acid, and they see what minerals are in a plant. So they'll look at tomatoes, for example, and they go, okay, tomatoes are made up of mostly X, Y, and Z. And they go, okay, these minerals are acidic, so we're going to say this plant is acidic. And then they say, okay, well, this plant is made up of ABC, and ABC happens to be basic or alkaline. So this plant turns to alkalinity in your body. So that's the second way. Also, not exactly proven. It's just a theory. So both of these are theories, the ash test being the most ridiculous of the theory, because again, to recap, all they do is light shit on fire and they go, oh, your body's breaking shit down, we're just gonna light it on fire, and that's probably the same thing, right? No, it's not. It's ridiculous. So the ash test is not very useful. Now this goes on both sides of the spectrum, because the people who do the alkaline diet are saying, are backing this ash test up. And I'm sorry, but the ash test to me does not seem like it's very fitting, because that's what the alkaline diet brought up. So I'm trying to figure out how you test the pH of the shit you're eating, right? Which is proving to be a feat. I thought this information would be pretty accessible, but it's not. Like, I'll do it right now. What is the pH of dandelions? So I looked up, getting back to Dr. Sebi, from what I drew, the conclusions I drew from him are this: if it's domesticated, it's bad. If it's undomesticated, then it's something we evolved with. Therefore, it's a lot better for us because our body knows what to do with it, because our body was designed alongside these plants. Therefore, our body knows how to use these plants. Whereas if you genetically modify a plant and change the chemical structure of a plant by introducing new genes that were never there for the past million years, then all of a sudden you have a human body that's evolved for a million years and evolved alongside a plant for a million years. You've now changed that plant in overnight, literally, right? GMO is overnight change as far as someone who's been eating something else for a million years, and you don't give the human body a chance to make up for that. The mechanisms of the human body have to figure out a new way to process this new material. Anywho, so what I wanted to do was look up dandelion, because dandelion always grows in my garden and I pull it out. So check this out. But the thing that sucks with trying to figure out pH values of plants is that it's not easy to do. For example, if it's an uncommon plant to eat like dandelion, I can't actually find the pH value of dandelions. So I guess you have to mash it up and take a pH tester, stick that inside and see the pH. Okay, well, you were not sure because it changes when it's inside of your body. Okay, well, we look at the tests that talk about how something changes inside the body, and the test is lighting it on fire outside of the body. How the hell is that supposed to correlate to how it operates inside the body? Makes no sense to me. So with that being said, my guess is, because all the common household products are acidic, and because they are all genetic, not all, but they're bred. They're not. Some of them are genetically modified, but some of them are also bred. So you can, the same way you breed a wolf into a fucking chihuahua, for example. Humanity did that in a few hundred years. The wolf has been evolving for tens of millions of years, and we changed a wolf into a chihuahua. So think of how drastically different a wolf. Think of what environments they can live in. what environments they can't live in. Think about the foods that they can eat, the foods that they can process. Think about bearing offspring. Think about diseases and health defects that certain dog breeds get because we've bred out the original form. Now apply that. Use some fucking hermetic philosophy for you guys. Apply the law of correspondence, as above, so below. If we breed the wolf into a chihuahua and it can't even reproduce on its own anymore and it's susceptible to all kinds of diseases and abnormal defects of the mind and the body, what does it say about us breeding plants? Now, one would argue, okay, well, we bred plants so that we could live longer. Fair enough. And it worked, right? You have a plant that's producing a 5-pound tomato as compared to a plant that's producing a 5-ounce tomato. You're killing it. You can feed a lot more people. But what do we lose in the process? I don't know. Well, we kind of know. We lose out on nutrients. We lose out on the actual relationship of the plant to the human. And what I mean by relationship, I mean that evolution. You know, we evolved together over millions of years, but then we changed that relationship over a few years, which is crazy. So on one hand you could say, oh, but I've learned spinach was always good, and I've learned that cabbage was always good, and tomatoes are always good, and I've learned that you gotta eat squash. I'm gonna grow my own squash and be healthy and shit. But maybe this is why. Maybe this is why everything on, and again, this list I pulled up of pH indicator, this wasn't from Dr. Sebi, so it's not like him trying to promote his plants that he's selling. This is from just a random ass science website, chemistry website. And it has everything, avocados and beans and beets and shit. Like, so what's the truth? I guess you guys are asking, what the hell can I eat? What can I eat? What can I eat? Dirt. I don't fucking know. Go stare at the sun and sun gaze and become a breatharian. I don't know. Maybe that'll help. I hear that there was a Buddhist monk who did that and sat under a tree and some shit like that. And apparently the doctors took him in, and this dude didn't pee or poo or nothing, and he stayed in the doctor's office with them for a long time, and they were like, the doctor said, we don't get it, but this dude is literally living on air. Look that shit up. I'm not making it up. Anywho, I don't know. But my best bet would be to take plants that have not actually been bred and haven't been domesticated. So the ancestor of the tomato and the ancestor of the squash and the ancestor of the pea and the sunflower and, you know, all these various things like nuts, for example. All nuts, they weren't on this list, but I researched, you know, what's the pH value of nuts, and there was, I think walnuts were the most basic, but everything else, almonds, pistachios, macadamian, I don't know many nuts, but there was a bunch of other ones. So it's tough. I guess your best bet, I mean, let's be real, I just had fucking Taco Bell for lunch. Like, I'm not jumping on this diet anytime soon. But if I were, my best bet is go off of something like weeds, right? Like dandelion. Dandelion is packed with minerals, and it wasn't on this list. Not domesticated, it's a pure weed. It's evolved with us for millions of years. I don't know the history of dandelion fucking evolution, but someone can help me out. It's your boy with a Google, and let us know. Other than that, good luck. Whenever you see dandelions, how about this, you guys? Because I've had dandelion leaves before and they taste just as good as any other lettuce I've ever had when you cover it with all the shit you cover it with, let the dandelions grow in your garden. Set up a garden bed to grow lettuce and shit, which is acidic, by the way. Lettuce is acidic, was on this list. Take that and, what was I saying? Just let the dandelions grow. Water the dandelions. Pull them up. Cut the roots. The roots are really good for liver detox. Cut the leaves. Put them in your salads, and hope for the best. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Thank you for being homies, and thanks for being here. If you're new, again, would love it if you subscribed. We have lots of cool stuff. I try to go live like 2-3 times a week so we can talk about cool shit, have a dialogue, and ramble, and just be homies, roll up some oregano, kick our shoes off, and stay a while. So, thank you guys for being here again. Thank you for the continued support, and yeah, see you guys soon in the next video, yeah? Take it easy. Man of Letters, out.